Hi everyone, I'm Asha Wheeldon. I am the founder of Kula Foods and co-host of Chop It Up. We focus on creating plant-based food to nourish and empower our community. Many of the meals and flavors are inspired by food that I grew up enjoying in East Africa and Toronto. We are driven by community through collaborations with other food producers and local partners. Today, for the Vancouver Humane Society's Plant University platform, I'm going to share some tips on how to get creative in your own kitchen and help you adapt traditionally non-plant-based recipes to be plant-based. If you're interested in learning more after watching this video, check out the link below for a blog post with more information. You can also find great resources on Vancouver Humane Society's Plant University platform and subscribe to get involved in Vancouver Humane Society's work to help animals, people, and the planet. I remember the first couple of months during my transition to a plant-based diet. The first dishes I was looking to create were some of my favorite childhood dishes that were mostly my mother's, such as stews, sauces, and baked goods. Over time, I came to terms with the fact that what I create will not be the same. The texture and flavor will not be the exact copy of the original recipe. I found myself enjoying the process and the outcome of the dishes. I would share with my friends and family who also loved them. I want to share some of the things that I think about and steps I take when I'm trying to adapt a recipe that is not traditionally plant-based to be plant-based. One of the first steps is I think about the food and what I want it to taste like in texture, flavor, and thinking of some of the versatile alternatives that I love, like tempeh, textured vegetable protein, or TVP. They come in granules, slices, curls, and cubes. Coconut milk for yogurt, nutritional yeast-free cheese. For the most part, you can use the same seasoning with few adjustments. Mushrooms like oyster and king oyster mushrooms are a great alternative for seafood. Small adjustments go a long way. One of the great eye-opening moments I had was realizing that most of the foods I loved were mostly plant-based already. So all I had to do was remove 1 or 2 ingredients. For example, sukuma wiki is sauteed collards or cabbage, traditionally prepared with meat protein and enjoyed with chapati or ugali. That's a corn-based porridge. I often add soy or mushroom to make it plant-based. It's still one of my favorite meals. Before I learned about some of the meat alternatives like soy, I would cook with ingredients I was familiar with and love. This made for a comfortable experience for myself. I cook with lentils and black-eyed peas, and you can find them in most grocery stores. There are lots of proteins and fiber, and they're accessible. Seasoning is gold. I like to keep stocked with various spices in my pantry. One of the most important things to me about food and recipes are the flavors. I love food that are rich in flavor, so the first steps include stocking up on my favorite spices and adding some new options. I may have gone a bit overboard. I have a few suggestions that I can help you with getting the perfect flavors for your dishes. I found that if you keep to the original seasoning, which is often already plant-based, you can still maintain the original taste of the dishes. Some of my favorite spices and herbs are cayenne, turmeric, barberé, an East African spice blend, cumin, curry powder, cardamom, and cinnamon. Here's a tip. I often blend the spices to create different flavors. For example, if I'm preparing a rice dish like rice pilau, the spices would be on the lighter side and not as spicy. For stews, I like to go all in. Sometimes I add in some of the sweeter spices, like cardamom as well. What's great about blends is you can use your staples to expand your seasoning options. This also applies to marinades when incorporating spices and sauces. I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite and super simple spice blends. You take 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, cardamom, turmeric, cumin, chili, and cloves, and you just mix it. And there you have it, a simple spice blend you can use on your next dish like rice pilau. Herbs, limes, and lemons are always a good idea. You can enhance nutritional impact with citrus for greens. Many leafy greens, vegetables like collards and kale are a great iron source, and they activate with adding citrus. I find herbs like cilantro provide the fresh and elevated flavor. Add a fresh garnish or cook with your meal like rice pilau and stew. I have a couple of favorite dishes at Kula Kitchen. One of them is our portobello curry bowl with black-eyed peas, mushrooms, collards, and carrots, and served over rice pilau. This dish is warming and a perfect meal on colder days. I also love our Nourish bowl with tofu and mushroom scramble, black-eyed peas, collards, and roasted sweet potatoes. This is a perfect dish for breakfast and lunch. They are available to order on our website, kulakitchen.ca, along with our packaged plant-based meats, stews, curry, and sauces. Check out the link below for a blog post with more info on where you can find these. I would encourage anyone starting their plant-based journey to be more intentional and meet yourself where you are at. Try not to be hard on yourself. Nothing is perfect. You will slip up, make mistakes, and create a completely different dish, and that's a-okay. What happens next is an abundance of ideas, creativity, and fun. Way more fun. For this reason, I think it's also important that we support each other during our journey. As a vegan, if you know someone who is trying to introduce more plants in their lives, support them where they're at. Also recognize each person has different identities, stories, and viewpoints. I think it's important that we encourage each other. Let's meet each other wherever we are and have more meaningful discussions that are free of judgment and exclusion. I have witnessed family and friends through their journey who have shared how they were inspired by the encouragement and judgment-free discussions, the food, and the support. It really does take community support for better outcomes for animals, humans, and the planet. I hope this video has inspired you to get cooking and get creative in the kitchen. And remember, always be gentle with yourself and others in this plant-based journey. To stay connected, you can find us online at kulakitchen.ca and chopitup.ca. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. We offer weekly delivery and pickup services that include offerings from our community. You can also find our products at our local partner spaces across BC. We love hosting events like our collective cooking classes to get folks together over plant-based food, and keep in touch to find out about our events in the Vancouver area. Check out the link below for more details on this topic, and if you found this video helpful, please consider sharing it. Don't forget to subscribe to Vancouver Humane Society's Plant University platform to stay updated on new content and to get involved in their work.